There is a very specific reason your heart has been inexplicably racing for the last 24 hours. Do not scroll past this. I need you to anchor your attention right here, right now, because your spiritual team has literally hijacked your algorithm to place this exact frequency in front of your eyes. This is not a general reading. This is a divine interception. You have entered a highly volatile spiritual window, and the hourglass is actively running out. Look at your life over the past few days. You have been feeling a suffocating, heavy pressure sitting right on the center of your chest. You have been waking up in the middle of the night feeling completely wired, filled with a strange, unexplainable anxiety. You keep checking your phone, feeling like you are waiting for a massive storm to break, or for an incredibly important message to arrive. You thought this anxiety was yours. You thought you were just stressed or overthinking the past. You are absolutely wrong. Your physical body is acting as a quantum antenna. You are physically absorbing the shock waves of a violent spiritual confrontation that is happening to the person you love at this exact second. For months, this person has been playing a dangerous game with your energy. They kept you in the gray area. They offered you breadcrumbs, gave you half-hearted excuses, and believed they had an infinite amount of time to keep you waiting on standby while they figured out their own life. They genuinely believed your pure love would just wait for them forever. Archangel Michael has stepped out of the heavens today to permanently shatter that delusion. The divine realm does not tolerate the abuse of a high-vibrational soul. God has officially intervened. The spiritual window of their indecision is aggressively closing, and they have been handed a terrifying divine ultimatum. They only have a few hours left to make their final choice. If you click away before this message is complete, you are going to walk blindly into the energetic crossfire of their panic. You must hear this through to the end, because the enemy desperately wants you to reach out and interrupt the heavy spiritual pressure God is currently holding over their head. If you intervene now, you ruin the entire divine test. At the very end of this revelation, I am going to hand you the final seal. I will tell you about a highly specific, undeniable physical sign, a tangible, real-world synchronicity, that you will witness with your own two eyes within the next 48 hours. This sign is the universe's absolute proof that their window has closed and their decision is locked in. But right now, before we step into their mind, we must completely seal your energetic field. The spiritual warfare around them is reaching a violent boiling point, and you cannot afford to absorb their karmic chaos. Go to the comments right now and type this protective command: I step out of the crossfire. My energy is completely sealed. This is not just a comment. It is an energetic boundary. By typing this, you are building an impenetrable wall of blue light around your aura. You are telling the universe that you refuse to carry the weight of their indecision for a single second longer. Now that your energy is secured and you are safely on your throne, I am going to pull back the veil. In the next part of this message, I am going to expose exactly why they have been stalling for so long, the comfortable lie they have been telling themselves to justify keeping you in the dark, and why the divine realm is finally forcing their hand. Let me tell you exactly what they have been doing in the dark. For the longest time, your person has been living in a self-constructed purgatory. They built a comfortable little hallway between the incredible, divine destiny you offered them, and the toxic, low-vibrational comfort zone they were too terrified to leave. And they have been sitting right in the middle of that hallway, keeping 1 foot inside your energy and 1 foot out the door. They told themselves a very specific, very dangerous lie. They convinced their ego that because you are a healer, because you have such a deeply forgiving and beautiful spirit, you would just naturally tolerate their inconsistency. They weaponized your grace. They genuinely believed they could go out, explore their karmic cycles, entertain distractions, and keep you quietly waiting on the shelf as their ultimate safety net. They thought your light would never go out. They thought they had years to figure this out. But they drastically underestimated the protective, fierce nature of your spiritual team. Archangel Michael does not look at you as an option. He looks at you as a sovereign, high-value soul who is meant to be prioritized, pursued, and fiercely protected. The divine realm watched this person drain your energy. They watched you cry yourself to sleep, wondering why your best was never enough to make them stay. They watched you over-explain your heart to someone who was completely committed to misunderstanding you. And yesterday, the divine realm officially had enough. God stepped in and completely burned their comfortable little hallway to the ground. The safety net they thought they had in you has been ripped away by the universe. They are no longer allowed to borrow your light while they stumble around in the dark. The era of the gray area is dead. You need to anchor this absolute truth right now, because your subconscious mind needs to hear that you are no longer playing this game. Go to the comments and type this non-negotiable declaration: I am the ultimate prize. I am nobody's backup plan. By typing this, you are spiritually locking the door to your past. You are signaling to the universe that you have leveled up, and you absolutely refuse to entertain bare minimum effort ever again. You are taking your crown back. With that hallway completely destroyed, your soulmate is suddenly standing in the wreckage of their own ego. The comfortable lie they told themselves has evaporated, and they are now staring down the barrel of a divine ultimatum. In the next part of this message, I am going to reveal the exact, terrifying choice God just placed in front of them. I will tell you the 2 paths they are currently choosing between, and why this specific ultimatum is literally keeping them awake right now. God did not give them a warning. He gave them an absolute, non-negotiable ultimatum. Archangel Michael stepped directly into their spiritual field, raised his flaming sword, and permanently severed the bridge between their past and their future. Right now, at this very second, your person is being forced to look at 2 distinct timelines. There is no more middle ground. There is no more buying time. Path 1 is the reality where they finally drop their ego. It is the path where they step up, strip away their masks, and rise to the incredibly high vibration that your soul requires. To take this path, they must face their deepest fears of vulnerability and risk completely exposing their heart to you. Path 2 is the path of absolute, karmic darkness. If they let this spiritual window close without choosing you, God will permanently lock the door to your energy. They will be forced to walk back into their toxic comfort zone, but this time, they will not have your light to keep them warm. They will be left with the crushing, agonizing realization that they had a once-in-a-lifetime divine connection in the palms of their hands, and they threw it away because they were a coward. This is the divine ultimatum. Choose the light, or stay in the dark forever. They are feeling this ultimatum physically. It feels like a massive weight pressing down on their chest. They are suddenly hyper-aware that every single minute that ticks by is a minute closer to losing you permanently. The universe is literally starving their ego to force their soul to wake up. You must understand how rare this is. The divine realm rarely forces a human hand, but your energy has become so pure, and your value has grown so immense, that heaven itself is refusing to let you waste another second on someone who is unsure about you. I want you to claim this immense spiritual backing right now. You need to physically align your frequency with the reality that God is fighting this battle for you. Go to the comments and type this absolute, sovereign command: I am chosen fully, or I walk away completely. I accept no half-loves. When you type this, you are officially signing the contract with the universe. You are agreeing to the terms of this ultimatum. You are telling Archangel Michael that you are completely willing to let this person go if they do not step up, which is exactly the energy required to force them to move. The pressure of this ultimatum is currently triggering an absolute psychological meltdown in their reality. In the next part of this message, we are going directly inside their mind. I am going to reveal the frantic panic they are experiencing right now, the terrifying realization they just had about your silence, and the exact reason why this psychological break was necessary for your union. Let us step directly into the absolute chaos currently tearing through their mind. Right now, they are staring at their phone. Your name is pulled up on their screen, and their hands are literally shaking. The divine ultimatum has triggered a total psychological meltdown. All of the arrogant confidence they carried, the absolute certainty that you would just wait around for them, has violently shattered. For the first time in this entire connection, they are experiencing the suffocating, physical terror of losing you permanently. They are suddenly replaying every single interaction you had. They are obsessing over the last time you spoke. And the one thing that is driving them absolutely frantic is your silence. In the past, your emotional reactions gave them power. When you sent long paragraphs, when you chased them for clarity, when you tried to fix things, their ego fed on that. It told them they were in control. But your current silence, your sudden withdrawal of energy, it is echoing through their reality like a deafening alarm. They are terrified because they can feel the energetic cord snapping. They are spiritually aware that you are no longer sitting by the door. They can feel that you have stepped up onto your throne, and they are completely paralyzed by the realization that they are entirely unequipped to meet you at this new, elevated frequency. This panic is entirely necessary. Do not feel sorry for them. This panic is the fire that is burning away their ego. It is only in this state of absolute fear of loss that their soul is finally able to see the situation with crystal clear clarity. The blinders have been ripped off. They are looking at their current life, they are looking at the empty distractions they chose over you, and it is making them physically sick to their stomach. They are realizing that nobody else on this planet is ever going to look at them the way you did. Nobody else is going to offer them the pure, unshakable loyalty that you placed right into their hands. I want you to cement this massive energetic shift into your reality right now. Go to the comments and type this ruthless, sovereign declaration: I take back my energy. Their realization is their own burden to carry. When you type this, you are severing the cord of your own empathy. You are telling the universe that you will no longer carry the emotional weight of their mistakes. You are leaving their karmic baggage exactly where it belongs, on their shoulders. They are desperately trying to figure out a way to bridge the gap. They want to reach out to you before the window closes, but they are terrified of your rejection. This brings us to the most critical, life-altering instruction of this entire message. In the next part, I am going to reveal exactly why you must remain absolutely frozen right now. I am going to explain the catastrophic spiritual mistake you will make if you try to contact them first, and how your total stillness is the only weapon that guarantees your victory. This is the most critical moment of this entire divine interception. Listen to me very carefully, because if you make a mistake right now, you will instantly abort the miracle God is currently building. You are going to feel a sudden, overwhelming urge to reach out to them. As the spiritual pressure on their chest reaches its absolute peak, their frantic energy will travel down the quantum cord that connects you. You are going to feel their panic. Your empathetic nature is going to scream at you to text them, to check in on them, to send them a sign that the door is still open. Your logic will try to convince you that if you just give them a little push, they will finally cross the finish line. Do not touch that phone. Do not send that text. Do not drop a single hint. If you reach out to them right now, you completely destroy the divine test. If you intervene, you give their ego an immediate escape route. You alleviate the spiritual pressure that Archangel Michael is actively applying. You teach them, once again, that they do not have to do the heavy lifting because you will always swoop in to save them from their own consequences. God has cornered them. You must let them stay in that corner until they surrender. You must hold a vibration of absolute, unbreakable stillness. You are on the throne. Queens and kings do not step down into the mud to beg peasants to sit at their table. You must require them to climb the mountain to reach you, completely unassisted, or you must be willing to let them stay at the bottom forever. I need you to physically lock this boundary into place right now, because your nervous system is going to try to break it tonight. Go to the comments and type this absolute, non-negotiable command: I hold the throne. I do not chase, I attract. This is your anchor. By typing this, you are officially signing a treaty of non-interference with the universe. You are telling your spiritual team that you trust their unseen work more than you trust your own urge to control the situation. You are completely surrendering the outcome to divine justice. When you hold this absolute stillness, by refusing to move, you are creating a massive, terrifying energetic vacuum. And the laws of quantum physics demand that this vacuum be filled. In the next part of this message, I am going to reveal exactly how this vacuum is currently triggering an unstoppable magnetic pull. I will show you how your total detachment is physically dragging them back to your door with the force of a hurricane. Let me tell you exactly what happens when a high-value soul completely withdraws their energy. The universe fundamentally rejects a void. When you stepped back, when you pulled your massive, radiant energy out of their reality and anchored it back into your own chest, you ripped a hole in their spiritual atmosphere. You created a massive, suffocating energetic vacuum. And the quantum law of magnetic polarity is absolute. Right now, that vacuum is forcefully, aggressively dragging them back toward you. They cannot sleep. They cannot focus on their daily tasks. Every single time they close their eyes, your face is burned into the back of their eyelids. They are feeling a physical, magnetic pull in the center of their chest, dragging them toward your frequency with the absolute force of a Category 5 hurricane. This is what happens when you stop chasing. The moment you drop the rope, the moment you decide that your peace is more valuable than their potential, you instantly become the most magnetic force in their entire universe. They are suddenly realizing that the spiritual window is snapping shut. The grace period is over. They are running out of time, and the sheer terror of being locked out of your reality forever is fueling a desperate, frantic surge of action. They are currently dismantling every single excuse, every single karmic block, and every single fear that kept them away from you. Archangel Michael has effectively cleared the battlefield. The toxic friends who whispered in their ear have been silenced. The karmic cycles they hid behind have violently collapsed. There is absolutely nothing standing between them and you except their own final, dying ego. And their ego is losing the war. You must claim this magnetic supremacy right now. You must physically align your nervous system with the absolute certainty that you are the prize they are desperate to win back. Go to the comments and type this victorious, commanding declaration: I am the magnetic center of my reality. What belongs to me is rushing toward me. When you type this, you are permanently locking in your new vibration. You are commanding the quantum field to bend to your stillness. You are officially declaring that you do not have to move a single inch to receive exactly what God has promised you. The divine ultimatum has been delivered. The panic has set in. The magnetic pull is currently dragging them to your door. But your logical mind is going to try to fight this tomorrow. It is going to demand proof. In the final part of this message, I am going to hand you that exact proof. I am going to reveal the highly specific, undeniable physical seal that Archangel Michael has orchestrated for you. If you do not hear what this sign is, you will walk right past the exact miracle that proves your timeline has permanently shifted. You have made it to the final threshold of this message. The spiritual realm deeply honors your endurance tonight, and the universe bows to the incredible discipline you are showing by holding your ground. Take a very slow, deep breath in with me. Hold it for just one moment. And as you exhale, I want you to physically drop your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Release the heavy, suffocating anxiety you have been carrying in your chest for the last 48 hours. You are entirely safe now. The battle is out of your hands. It is time to reveal the final seal. It is time to hand you the physical key that proves this entire message, the divine ultimatum, the closing window, and the energetic vacuum, is the absolute, unshakable truth for your life. When you wake up tomorrow morning, the enemy is going to try to play one last trick on your mind. Your logical brain will try to convince you that this was just a comforting video on the internet, and that nothing has actually changed. To permanently shatter that doubt, Archangel Michael has orchestrated a highly specific, undeniable synchronicity in the physical world. Listen to me very carefully, because if you do not know what to look for, you might walk right past the exact miracle that proves your timeline has shifted. Within the next 48 hours, you are going to experience a highly specific, two-part manifestation in your everyday reality. First, you are going to catch a sudden, unexplainable scent out of absolutely nowhere. It will be a sweet, distinct fragrance, like vanilla, blooming flowers, or a specific cologne, in a place where it makes absolutely no logical sense for that smell to exist. It will last for only a few seconds before disappearing completely. The absolute moment you smell this, you are going to look around, and your eyes will immediately land on the number 8. It might be on a license plate, a receipt, a digital clock, or a random sign. The unexplainable scent is the physical presence of Archangel Michael standing directly next to you. The number 8 is the divine symbol of infinity, confirming that the karmic loop is officially broken, and their spiritual window has permanently closed in your favor. When this happens, your heart is going to race for a split second. But then, a profound, heavy wave of peace will wash from the top of your head all the way down to the soles of your feet. That sudden peace is your physical validation. It is the universe whispering directly into your spirit, the ultimatum worked. They have made their choice. Your harvest is here. But I must give you one strict instruction. This is the final test of your sovereignty. When you experience this sign, you must not act out of desperation. You must not immediately pick up your phone to check their social media. You must stay entirely in your divine, receiving energy. You are on the throne now. When the sign appears, I want you to simply smile, place your hand over your heart, and quietly whisper to the universe, I see the proof, I trust the plan, and I am ready to receive. You have fought in the spiritual trenches for so long, my beautiful soul. You have defended your heart against so much confusion and chaos. But the era of your waiting is permanently closed. The ultimatum has been delivered. Their ego has collapsed. And the universe is currently rolling out the red carpet for the most beautiful, abundant chapter of your entire life. If this message brought you profound peace tonight, if you felt the heavy, suffocating weight finally lift off your chest, I ask that you like this video and subscribe to this channel. By doing so, you are actively telling the algorithm to push this exact healing frequency to another broken soul who is crying themselves to sleep tonight, desperately needing to hear this truth. Leave one final, realistic declaration in the comments to permanently seal this victory into your physical reality. Type, the window is closed, the cycle is broken, and my miracle is sealed. The darkness has officially lost its grip on your destiny. The bright, beautiful morning of your joy has finally arrived. Close your eyes. Let your physical body sink deeply into the absolute safety of your bed. Sleep in perfect, uninterrupted peace tonight. You are fiercely, deeply, and infinitely loved.